Ooh. I feel it now. You could tell that I just want to win it now. You could tell that we all.
Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing keys to pass the NCLEX, how to pass NCLEX, how not to fail the NCLEX, whatever you want to call it. If you're about to take the NCLEX, this is must watch. So go ahead and come with me, grab some tea, let's dish. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment below. Anyway, I'm going to try to keep this video concise with content. If not, and it's long, oh well. Anyway, guys, let's go. So the first thing you need to know is how the test works. What is the NCLEX? How is the test composed? So the NCLEX basically says whether you're safe or you're not safe. And it is computerized adaptive testing. That means the computer gives you questions and it's trying to gauge your baseline thinking, your thought process. So it's going to give you a series of questions and it's going to track your trends. All right, you can either get 75 or 265 questions. 75 is the least. A lot of people think, oh, I got 75 questions, I'm really good. No, it either means you did really good or you did really bad. If you get 265 like myself, that means you're right on the border. So you either passed by your last couple of questions or you failed by your last couple of questions. This is what it looks like when you pass the NCLEX. So this is your line of minimal competency and these are your test questions. Now you see this person, they got upwards trend, so that shows you that their baseline of thinking is above the line of competency, so they pass. This is what it looks like. If you're like me, you got 265, holler at your girl, and it tracks the thinking and how you answered your questions, and basically you're riding right on the border, but your last couple of questions were above the pass or fail line, so you passed. This unfortunately is what it looks like if you fail the NCLEX. Let's say you took 75 questions, see the downward trend and you're below the minimum line of competency, thus you didn't pass, but that's not gonna be nobody, so don't pay attention to that. Okay, all right. So the NCLEX is divided into, I believe, 4 main categories, 8 subcategories, and the 3 subcategories that are up to 50% would be management of care, what else, pharmacology, and physiological adaptation. So under management of care, it will include stuff as infection control, delegation, prioritization, and also, what else? I forgot, but I'll, slide it in here. But that needs to be one of your strongest areas. So you need to make sure you focus on those areas that are worth 50%. That's half the NCLEX, okay? Key number 2, tip number 2, know yourself. How do you study? What is your study style? Visual learner, auditory learner, hands-on kinetic learner, whatever your learning style is, you need to learn to study using tools and tips that will help you absorb and retain information and retain content, okay? Also, it's important to know what type of learner you are. Learning what type of learner you are and your study style will help you maximize your information retention and will help you pass the test or put you in a better position to pass the NCLEX. The third tip I have is to get yourself a review course, whether it be Kaplan, Hearst, UWorld, whatever. Those are the top 3 I used. Whatever it is, make sure you use it and you stay committed. Kaplan, I use Kaplan. I liked it. It teaches you how to take the test. Its questions are broken down just like the NCLEX into the subcategories. Now, the only thing about Kaplan, they want you to use a thinking tree, which is cool, but for me, I squirreled a lot. If you're taking Kaplan, you know what I'm talking about. So I squirreled a lot. The tree helped me, but I wasn't consistent, but I still passed, so that's all in yay yonder. So this is my Kaplan book. This is how I studied using Kaplan, okay? And you can see girls all up in it with them highlighters. Woo! Next step I have is Hearst. Hearst is what I use to get my content. I used a lot of Hearst. I went through the whole thing. I printed out the PDF, got this big old binder. As you can tell, I love coloring stuff. This is my Hearst binder. It has a lot of colors. I just went through the whole thing. Ooh, gonna tip over. Look at that right there. And I wrote it down and I highlighted it and I really made it my own and I tried to absorb the information. Next I have is UWorld. UWorld is based online, so go ahead. It's clickety click, boom bam, and that's all you have to do with UWorld. The only thing that I did when I was studying for the NCLEX was to get myself a designated study area. So where do you go to study? Don't lie to yourself. Don't go study in your bed because you're going to go to sleep. Don't go with your friends because this is a solo journey. Your friend is not going to be there on exam day. So I suggest studying by yourself. I went to the library, I found a quiet place, and really wanted to simulate a study environment. So that means no phone, no music, just me and the computer and my book. And that was highly effective for me. So I suggest getting a calendar. On this calendar, you want to write down how many questions you're doing, what type of questions you're doing, and when you're going to set aside time to review the questions. And be honest with yourself. Don't be like, oh, today I'm going to do 2,565 questions. Who going to do it? Is it you? I don't think so. Let's be real. Be honest with yourself. Set goals, but make sure they're attainable, and furthermore that you will strive to achieve those goals. When it comes to books, I use this bad boy when I was reviewing for the NCLEX, and I went through, and it was divided into body systems. So I went through and I looked at the body systems whenever I need to refresh on any content. Another book I use prior to really studying and getting content would be this Saunders book for test success. So I went through it like one time. That's all I did. That's it. So I went through it, and it helped a bit. So I suggest doing that before you even start studying. And one of my favorites would be the Charity book. Link below. Charity, Prioritization, Delegation, and Assignments. That was such a good book. It taught me how to delegate. And that is something that you use every day as a nurse. You only have 12 hours in a shift. There is no way you can get everything done. So you need to make sure that you delegate, that you don't over-delegate and you don't under-delegate. So you need a balance. So that book really helps you hone into who do you see first, what is the first thing you do, and also it helps with, I believe, precautions as well. Don't quote me on that, but yeah. Another fave would be my Pharm Plash. Get you this. This is very good on freshening up on your pharmacology, and it has quick tips. And I feel like this is so much easier than flipping through your med book. So yeah. Next thing I used was a lot of YouTube as well as Picmonics. Do I have it right? Yeah, Picmonics. I don't know what they're called. I call them Picmonics. But whenever I was studying a disease process, I would go online, I would type it into Google, go to Google Images, or just go on Pinterest and type it up. And it usually had a picture format where it just had the signs and symptoms right there. And it was very good for me because I'm a visual learner. So I used a lot of that. And I felt that that was very helpful in me retaining information. Practice, practice, practice. If you did not hear anything I said throughout this whole video, it's just practice questions. Please do tons of practice questions, because you're never gonna know how to take the test if you don't practice taking the test. So go ahead, do practice questions, and as well as doing practice questions, it is more important to look at your rationales. Because if you get a whole bunch of questions wrong and you're okay with getting it wrong and you don't try to get better, then you're cheating yourself. You played yourself. Congratulations. So make sure that you are looking at rationales. Next tip will be scheduling. Schedule your exam 1 to 2 months post your graduation or post your ATT, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that you don't prolong it or wait too long, let fear and anxiety and jitters get you, and you take your exam 6 months. Because think about it like this. When you go on summer vacation, you come back, do you really remember all that stuff? That's 3 months of content out the window. So don't put yourself in that situation. Make sure that if you do have to take it in 6 months, a year, make sure your content is always fresh. All right, lastly, get your emotions. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay? Emotions play a high factor. Are you high strung? Are you to tears? Like, I know for myself, the NCLEX was an emotional journey for me. Like, I cried straight up after the exam. I'm talking like bawling boohoo tears. You would have thought like someone died in my life, but that's how traumatic it was for me. So bad. But make sure prior to the exam, you get your emotion in check. You affirm yourself. Leading up to the exam, I was like, yeah, I'm finna be an RN. Crown me. Put them letters behind my name. I got this. You always want to make sure you come in with a positive attitude, a positive mindset. Even if this is your 4th, 5th, 6th time taking it, it's a new exam, a new opportunity to pass. So don't look down on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Instead, look at what you did wrong and how to change it, how to study better, how to retain information better so that you will be successful. When it comes to test day, make sure that you have clarity of mind, you know where you're going, you have brain food ready to go, and you sit down and you pass and you get it done. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you. Go ahead. If you do like my content, if you like my content, found that it was relevant, go ahead and like. That's how I know that, we're here. You got me, I got you. And of course, share with other people who are studying for the NCLEX. Like, come on, don't be selfish now. Don't be stingy or whatever. But that's it. So stay hardworking, stay hustling, and as always, stay humble. You got this. Hit me up when you're done. Tell me, woohoo, I passed, okay? Anyway, peace.